Hello, everybody. Last week was very hard. I learned a very important lesson that I needed to learn, and I realized actually that was a very big block in my manifestation and union with my um, with my match with my divine partner, and that was the mirage, the illusion of platonic male friendships. So I've grown up with guy friends and I never really thought much of it, even if sometimes things turned romantic from their side or my side. I never thought much of it. I was like, okay, whatever. But since last 2 years, actually, I started to notice a pattern, okay, of how these alleged male platonic friendships. It always seemed like it started as a friendship and then it turned into something more from their side, and I was not interested either, or I was not attracted to them, but basically it was not going to happen. I made that very precise. I did not beat around the bush. I was very clear in my intentions and what I wanted, and everybody was fine with it. And some time would go by, and friendship, or so I believed, would continue, and then one day suddenly everything would crumble and they would be feeling very bad, and I was always left just very dumbfounded, just not knowing what to do. And I never thought about it as much. It happened 2 times before, so but I didn't think much about it. But recently it happened again last week, and this time was hard because this person, I was very close to this person. He'd been with me and like for me through a very, very, very dark period in my life. And I just over nothing, this huge fight broke over it. And there was no logic. My mind starts to run. I was like, this is happening for the third time in my life. See, one time one thing happens, okay, fine, you're not at fault. But if the universe is putting you in a repeat situation, there is something that you are not doing right. There is something that in your field that you're not attracting right, that your energy that you're sending out is not right or is not in alignment with what you truly want, and that is why this repeat situation is happening. This time I just knew, okay, I am causing these situations. I cannot always put the blame or put the responsibility on the other person and be like, okay, what is happening, this is so out of the blue. If it's it Because it genuinely felt like same situation, just a different person. So I decided to look into it. And what I find leaves me, oh my god, shocked. And I genuinely feel it has completely, realizing that, accepting that, healing that, has completely changed my energy towards relationship, towards men, and it has genuinely changed so much of the actions that I take from now on and from what place. I sit in my meditation and I pray at the part which keeps attracting this and why the wound that keeps attracting this for it to come up, and for me to look at it without judgment, without uh, disdain, without anything, without just with pure intention to understand of why this kept happening in my life. Okay, a little tidbit. So whenever I was in these friendships, my love life somehow was put on hold, and I was not doing anything different. I was not going out, but somehow it always was put on a hold. Somehow suddenly I would have no romantic interest in my life. I added this because it's important and you're gonna see why. I talk to this part of me, I sit with intention, I sit with understanding, and I sit with curiosity. Very important. And I realized that what I thought was platonic main friendships actually was harvesting on my romantic and sexual energy. and I was letting them harvest my romantic and sexual energy. Again, this world is energy. Even if you don't do something in the physical, if your body, if your soul is interacting that way in that energetic world, it is going to show up in the physical life. And that is how it showed up. Anything that was going on in my romantic life would evaporate, because then all of my romantic energy would go to these friends. Because my romantic and sexual energy was being harvested, and I did not have enough consciousness, I did not have enough awareness to understand that actually that was happening. What would end up happening is that I would become completely unavailable for my romantic interest. Now, I have to understand, and we as women have to understand that I allowed this to happen. So, a very big part of healing is understand why we allowed this to happen, why I allowed it to happen. And it was wide and clear. I was very, very, very afraid of being fully available for my king, for my husband. I was afraid of being vulnerable. I was afraid of being put in that position. I do want to divine feminine and divine masculine relationships, and with that comes surrender. With that comes trusting. I was very scared to trust. I was very scared to surrender. Whatever we allow to happen, we, yes, on surface level we might understand that, okay, fine, this is very self-destructive, right? On surface level, I look at it now, I have enough consciousness, I understand that was very self-destructive. That was very self-destructive of me. But the part that is attracting this, the part that is participating in this, we have to understand they are benefiting in some way, or they think they are being benefited in some way. And this particular part of me, what was it getting? It was getting romantic attention that was, by my mind, by my logic, was being disguised as friendship, because I made myself clear, right? So of course, then that can't be happening. But no, energetically is what it was, romantic energy. So my need for romantic energy, my need for romantic attention, that was getting fulfilled without ever truly being vulnerable, because I was not in a relationship with these people. They were my friends. So I did not have any responsibility to be vulnerable with them. It didn't, you know, I mean, you are vulnerable in your friendships. That is how you build good connection with anybody, But in a romantic relationship, it's a different kind of vulnerability, right? And that vulnerable, I was very scared of. So while I was getting my fill in these friendships, I was not carrying the responsibility of being vulnerable or of being open. So I didn't. So being in these kind of dynamics allowed me to not look at my fears, allowed me to stay in these half relationships where I could stay safe, but then I could still get my fill. Realizing and understanding this has been a game changer. I understand why same situations kept coming up in my life, because I was participating and I was encouraging these half relationships which was not what I wanted, but which felt safe. But what happened at the end? I was left very unsafe, and I was left very uncertain of what was happening. And through these experiences, actually, I don't see these experiences as something that happened that was bad to me. I mean, yes, sure, has it been painful? Yes, but these experiences have been very important in showing, me and this part of me, that being in half relationship and not and being in these kind of friendships uh, first, we have to understand these are not friendship. This is mutually a half masturbatory almost relationships. Masturbatory. That's not a word. I'm sorry. That is not a word. I was not the victim here. I was energetically participating in it as much as they were participating in it, and I was also the benefiting party. They were getting benefited, sure. I was also getting benefited in a destructive way that I thought was beneficial, that I thought was actually keeping me safe. What I was doing was it was completely blocking any kind of real romantic relationship that could enter my life, and it was making me more and more frustrated because at the end of the day, what I want is a committed relationship and a marriage. And being in these kind of friendships completely made me unavailable for the kind of man that I really wanted. Purely platonic friendships between men and women are very rare. Is it impossible? I don't think so. Nothing is impossible. But is there a high chance that there is romantic energy going on in these so-called platonic friendships? Absolutely. And till the time we don't sit up and we don't have the courage to acknowledge that and then put an end to this energetic exchange, how are we ever going to be fully available for the kind of man that we want? It is not energetically in alignment. So, okay, when we talk about a divine masculine, right? A divine masculine comes, Tees one talks about this actually, positive ownership. So it is literally the feminine being positively owned, which means contained by the masculine. In these kind of dynamic, is there really space? Genuinely ask yourself, is there really any energetic space for any other kind of romantic entanglement? There is absolutely not. Until the time that we are stuck in these romantic entanglements that we call friendships, we are never going to be fully available for our kings. And I realized this, and first thing that I did, I cried and I apologized. I realized the frustration that I'd been going through, the blocks that I'd been going through, the seemingly nothingness, the stuckness that I was going through was because I was so stuck in this romantic entanglement that I called friendship, but it was not friendship. I cannot begin to tell you how much it's gonna help you also being in your feminine energy, because I'm the most open that I've ever been. My feminine energy has been the most magnetic that it has ever been, and I have drawn some very, very important and necessary boundaries. And moving forward, I have also decided to invest more in building feminine friendships. I genuinely invite you to look at your male friendships and see if there is any romantic tension, if there is any sexual tension, if there is any romantic entanglements there. Because if that is the case and you've been lying to yourself, like I have been for the past few years, you have been seriously blocking the kind of man that you want, and you have also been doing a disservice to your feminine energy. You have been also doing a disservice to how open you can actually be, because while yes, being in this state now fully available, while it is very vulnerable, it is scary, but it has opened me up and it has pulled me so much deeper into my feminine energy like it has never before. I feel more romantic, I feel more in love, I feel happier. So I know there was not a lot of structure to this video, but it was something that I went through last week, and it's just been a week, and I am really basking in the healing of this part of me and of being more available and more ready for the kind of relationship that I truly want. And it has been amazing. There were tears, there was loneliness, and there was a lot of feelings of loss. Again, not that easy. It's gonna be hard initially, but as you go through it, and as you keep your king, the future husband, in mind, also keeping the commitment that your romantic energy and your sexual energy is just for one man. And that is amazing. That feels incredible. You're gonna feel like the world has opened up to you. You're gonna see so many more options around you. You're gonna see men in a completely different way, and you're gonna be able to pick up more on their energy. You're gonna become sensitive to their energy towards you, which is going to help you intuitively, choose the man that you want to be with. It's really gonna start to heavily bring in your partner's energy. I have seen that difference in myself. I feel so much more connected to the energy, to the protection, to the love, to the desires, to the support of my future husband, that I did not have any idea that I could be so in tune with him, even if he's not here yet. And it's been amazing, and because I created that space, it was hard. It felt like a loss, but it was actually, I gained this. Authentically look at your male friendships and see there is, and there's gonna likely be romantic entanglement, and see what to do about that. See how your energy is being harvested, and see how that is benefiting you. See how that is making you feel safe, and then deciding what to do about it, and understanding on a deep level that the kind of man that you want to be with, there is, to be with that man, there is not going to be space for any other romantic entanglement. Not from your side, not from his side. And that is a beautiful thing. That is exciting. And that is wonderful. It is not nothing to be scared about. I think one of the most beautiful things in the world is a man and a woman 100% devoted to each other, to their family, and they come together and they create this beautiful family, beautiful system together. And in that system, in that 100% devotion, there is no space for any other romantic entanglements. And it's high time that we create boundaries around those, and we become open to the kind of that man that, and relationships that we truly want. I genuinely, it feels like I have up leveled like 100 times just in the last week by just learning this one thing and healing this one thing. And I hope this helped. I hope it made you think, and I hope you're gonna go and look at your friendships. Yeah, I'll see you again very soon. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day or night from wherever you're watching. And yeah, bye.